Hello, beautiful Geminis, and welcome back to the channel, Gemini. Gemini, I've been off a couple of days here. I had a family emergency come up. One of my brothers has passed away, so guys, you know how it is. So, I'm doing my best, guys. Gemini, let's go. Gemini. This book, this oracle deck, is based upon the shamanic journey. It's from shamans all over the world, indigenous tribes, and their beliefs. Let's go, Gemini. It's really interesting. So, a lot of it is in different languages and things, guys. So, bear with me. I don't want to butcher it. If I don't understand it, I don't understand it. But I will read from the book its meanings. Gemini. 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 Very specific. Gemini. Gemini. She-wolf of the South. Gemini. Sacred law of the Northwest. Siba Yakshi. Hui. Okay, so let's find out what these are. What came out is She-wolf of the South. Let's find out. Your past can be a source of beneficial wisdom, gleaned through experience rather than a stifling burden of regret, recrimination, and remuneration. Acknowledge your heroic heart and the strength of will that has seen you through to this moment. Decide that you will utilize everything that has happened to grow wiser, to heal yourself, to realize your inner strength. Acknowledge the suffering in what has been, but do not allow it to disrupt or dissuade you from your faithful confidence in your ability to live a more beautiful and healed life. Sacred law of the Northwest. Your dreams are your own, yet they are a part of a greater collective human dreaming. Your healing journey is your own, yet it is part of a greater collective human healing. Your individual spiritual sovereignty is distilled through intentional navigation of the collective energy fields of humanity's thoughts and feelings. You can support collective consciousness in awakening to love rather than allowing it to hold you spiritually captive to the lesser way of fear. Break free from any collective madness by seeking the sanity of sacredness within. Through affirming your spiritual independence, you will readily create your contribution to uplift the collective into the wisdom of the heart. Do not be afraid to need connection, to communicate, or to be on a human journey with all its complexity. Through sharing with intention, you circulate energies more readily, and you receive more effortlessly, and the flow of life continues. Whale moves slowly. If you are working on deep material at present, there may be a lull in the outer world manifestation. Do not fight it. Trust the inner world will yield divine dividend with grace. This is the inner realization of deeper connection with life. The freedom in the soul to bond with your own humanness and to share the substance of your soul with the collective. So, recognizing the inevitable spiritual challenges of being human does not need to generate despair. It can free you from species self-hatred and help you feel the compassion for all life, including yourself, while inspiring you to honor your life journey as sacred link to the chain of life with humility and courage. These are the peoples of Alaska have survived the harsh Arctic environment for 4,000 years, learning how to live in conditions that require adaptation based on humble recognition of the importance of the environment. This cultural group is unique in subsequence hunting the bowhead whale. Whales are enormous creatures, and a team is required to be able to hunt and prepare the animal to feed the community. Okay, so this bowhead whale is seen as a perfect creature, and the hunting process of such a divine creature is sacred. Hunters go through initiation and learn how to take spiritual responsibility for killing a whale, taking in not only its potential for nourishing the community physically, but also its spirit and its pain. There is a spiritual need to reconcile with inevitable cause of harm. So, okay, 22. Just give me a sec here, Gemini. You're doing better, have traveled further, and are getting closer than you realize. Though you may not see it in the evidence of it, your steady application, will, and intention is coalescing into a liberating potency. You shall have your sacred outcome, but you must submit to the greater wisdom of the universal cycles and divine timing. You do not need to act, react, or rush. Keep your mind open and relax in the process. There is no need to tire yourself with remuneration on what has been or what may come. Habitual thoughts and compulsive behaviors can yoke the mind to stultify rigidity, yet you are gestating a new consciousness strong enough to liberate yourself into a softer, more spontaneous, and expansive presence. Give your inner work time to take shape and gather sufficient spiritual strength, at which point you will leap and reap the reward, freed into new activity in accomplishing your soul's tasks at the appropriate moment. All beings that suffer will tend to act out and project their pain onto others until their spiritual capacity evolves to bear the process of bringing that pain to personal consciousness and owning it, and then healing and outgrowing it. It is a natural part of the soul's journey of humans, and it is an essential step toward understanding and working with the creative power of the mind. To attempt to prevent this is neither possible nor actually beneficial in the long term. What can be accomplished, however, is a sacred refusal based on discernment. You can respect the right of all beings to live their reality, which is completely understandable to them based on their experiences. You can also respect your right to do the same. There is a liberating permission in such awareness. It is the permission to be yourself without fear. Turn within to experience steadiness, becoming restful upon a firm inner spiritual foundation. From your soul's vantage point, the path before you now and how best to navigate it is clear. Your soul knows how to receive and act faithfully upon the guidance of spirit, even throughout the moments when your consciousness mind doesn't understand what's happening or why. When change, upheaval, or confusion is upon you, know that this is the chaos that precedes creation. Return to your spiritual roots to ground yourself, anchoring your mind and heart. Allow your life to unfold accordingly to a generous universal wisdom that is aware of your potential and what is necessary to actualize it. And it actively is supporting your divine fulfillment. It's calling you to steady yourself, to work on your internal spiritual state, to plant your spiritual roots deep enough that you can feel spiritually supported, even during times of upheaval and transformation. From that inner steadiness, trust in the ultimate reordering of the emotional, psychological, and physical world that will take place. So it's like Gemini, it's like the two sides of Gemini. And it's like forgiving yourself and others for the wrongdoings that you think you may have done or others may have done. And realizing your own power and your own strength. And you may have made mistakes in the past. And it's okay to make those mistakes. But it's honoring those mistakes. And if you have caused pain unto others, like, you have to honor that pain. If you have caused pain to others, you have to honor the pain that you may have caused to others. And if someone has, like, harmed you or pained you, it's like, this is like atonement, taking accountability and taking atonement for the wrongdoings of our life and the wrong choices we may have made, and especially if it has harmed others in our choices. It's not enough to say, yeah, I made a mistake, but we have to atone for those mistakes. And that's what it's saying. Like, it only puts you in a higher position of steadiness, and it only puts you in a higher state of being when we can acknowledge the things of our life, whether people have harmed us or we have harmed others. It's a natural state of being. It's a natural human experience that we're here for, and that's how we learn, and that is how we grow. So let's go to the Gilded Tarot on this. Explain this, please, for Gemini. Explain this, please, for Gemini. Gemini. Gemini, please and thank you. Courage and strength to transform. But it is about accountability. It is about consequences. Balance. Things must be balanced. So there is some regrets here, okay? Or guilt, or I don't know. It's could be with the King of Wands or a King of Pentacles. This is about a soulmate connection. But what is hidden? What is toxic here? What is the devil doing here where it's this mental entrapment or entrapment? What's going on here? Ooh. Jeez. So, boy, hang on here. So something, if something was done unfairly, it has to be righted. Like if something was done unfairly to someone else, like, and there was, and I'm not sure who, but I can tell you that there has been an injustice done to someone, and that someone has to take atonement and be accountable for their wrongdoings. It's almost like hang on. This is about, oh geez. It's about doing the inner work. Someone may have been very selfish, did some selfish act here. That has hurt someone else. This is a Queen of Wands that's showing up. So there could be a King of Wands that hurt a Queen of Wands over a selfish act. And I mean, we're all human and we all make mistakes, but it doesn't seem like someone has made atonement for their actions. Someone has not made atonement for their actions. So this is a single, confident Queen of Wands who is the world and could be the Empress. And it seems as if the masculine energy here owes the Queen of Wands some atonement. That's what it's showing. third party situation with the Queen of Swords. So Gemini, it's looking like there's been some form of manipulation being done here to, I don't know, it's like it's involving a third party. And how do I say this? It's like the Queen of Swords is here. So that could be you, Gemini, or that could be an Aquarius, or that could be a Libra. I'm not sure. Or another Gemini, for that matter. It doesn't mean it's you. So don't take offense. If it is, then you need to make atonement. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's like there is a Queen of Swords here who has manipulated a King of Wands into leaving an Empress energy. You could have been the third party who interfered in a divine connection. There is an atonement that has to be paid. If you are the feminine Gemini that did not be involved in a third party situation that caused a divine union to split up, if you are not the feminine who did this, then the feminine who did do this with this masculine has to make atonement. It's not just simply forgotten. It's like when you know you have intentionally caused harm to someone and you know you have deliberately caused pain to someone, you have to atone for that. And someone has not atoned for it. So it could be either way. It causes an ending of someone's relationship. And it could have been with someone who is a high priestess, which is totally not cool. Okay? Oh my God. So somebody might have caused an ending in a high priestess's relationship. It's a third party situation, either or. An atonement has to be made. Whoever did what to whom. It's calling for atonement. Like somebody could have like sacrificed a high priestess or sacrificed a empress energy. That's like the whale in these other cultures. That is the most prized possession. And it's like that is the sustainer of life. That is the person who sustains life, gives birth to, like, has a higher purpose, is here for a higher calling, a higher purpose. And to sacrifice a high priestess or an empress, there's atonement for this. I'm just saying. Yep. Yep. Someone got greedy. Secrets. Successfully causing a tower. Successfully causing someone a tower. To make them miss their star. Oh my God. This ain't good. Somebody sat there waiting, just in waits, for somebody's relationship to fall apart that they was interfering in. Just sitting in the wait to try to, like, successfully destroy someone's relationship. But what it's done dual purposes. Well, one, there's a high priestess here that got screwed over. And there's this masculine who, it kind of looks like they got tempted by a feminine energy to cause, not only did it cause a tower for the high priestess empress, but it caused a tower for the masculine. It caused the masculine to miss their healing. Their healing. They have lost their blessings. It's like this masculine has gone from, like, emperor status down to page. So they have taken several steps backwards. So, two things that somebody has to atone for. One, doing dirty a high priestess. That's not going to go over well with the universe. And number two, causing the masculine to miss their healing journey. Yeah. So there is a judgment here that someone has to atone for. Someone is under judgment for causing some kind of hurt. There is karma for this. Someone is going to reap what they have sown. Seven of Swords. A betrayal. Ooh, boy. Ooh, my. Those who live by the sword die by the sword here. So Jesus. I'm staying out of it. Whoever this feminine energy is deliberately caused a tower in a divine union's relationship. But they've also caused a couple of masculines here to miss their divinity, like their chance to ascend. Atonement has to be made. That's what it's saying here. Okay. Oh my. This is not good. So the feminine energy, this high priestess, who is an empress, was in a divine union. Someone interfered, another lover got involved, and has caused this masculine to like lose their gifts. They did the empress dirty. But they're getting done dirty. You reap what you sow. This is karma. Until someone atones for their wrongdoing, they're going to keep reaping karma until they make things right. It's enough to like say, oh my goodness, I've made a mistake. I didn't mean to hurt anybody, but somebody intentionally tried to hurt somebody. They intentionally tried to like, they just sat and wait for the tower to fall between someone's divine union, deliberately interfering in that. And someone is not taking accountability for the hurt and the pain that they have caused someone else. And that's what the medicine people, the shamans, are saying. In shamanism, we have to purify our hearts. In shamanism, we have to come with a pure soul. We have to come with a pure intention. Like, it's okay to make mistakes. We're all human. But being accountable for the pain caused to someone else. Like, we have to atone for those things. Nobody, none of us, get away with anything in this world. Everybody thinks they can hide things and keep things in secret. But what it does, those secrets, the not being authentic and thinking that you can do certain things, that you will never have to answer for those things, is foolish. Because if we do not acknowledge those things and we live with those things within our souls, it corrupts our own souls. It rots away at us until we atone for our behaviors. And that's, somebody has to atone. That's what this message is. For a couple of things. One, interfering in someone's divine union. Two, this masculine energy here, which could be a feminine. This masculine energy here betrayed their soulmate, betrayed them because of this other person. This other person was doing this intentionally to steal something that did not belong to them. In this case, it's a person. Of course, a person can't be stolen unless they want to go. But even if the pains and the hurts have been done, no one is made accountability for their actions. There is no, like, I am terribly sorry that I done you dirty. There is no, and the other feminine too is being held accountable. And you can't just sit and, think nobody's going to find out about it or nobody's going to know about it. Your own soul knows about it. And someone does not have a clear conscience about it, and so they need to atone for it. This is a lot of pain. Someone caused someone a lot of pain. And when you go in this world and you inflict pain and suffering upon someone else, you have to atone for the pain that you caused that person. And in this case, it's a high priestess empress. Who is sent here to be a light to the world. Who is like in the animal kingdom, they're the top of the food chain. They are the whale, the sacred animal, the sacred beast. In tarot, they are the empress. And somebody has done this person, caused this person a lot of pain and suffering. A lot of pain and suffering. And has not even atoned for the pain and the suffering that they have caused them. And they are going to it's looking like it took a team of people to hunt this beautiful creature down and betray them. It took a team of people to cause this pain and suffering, to, quite honestly, someone who has pure intentions, who is here as a light for the community. And it's looked like they're losing their gifts by doing so. You cannot intentionally inflict harm upon another living being without getting some kind of atonement, some kind of karma coming back. Call it whatever you want, atonement, karma, whatever you want to call it. But when you deliberately come against a chosen one that has been selected to be like a guide and a light, is like, if you're a hunter, it's like killing the guide that has been leading you to the animals. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, if you're a hunter, why would you take out your scout or your guide? It's like an assassination. It could be a character assassination. Whatever has happened has been caused a lot of pain and suffering. And we don't know the full extent of the pain and suffering that has been caused by these actions. It could have spin-outs, like you cause pain or suffering, say, to like the high priestess. Well, the high priestess is the light to the food. The high priestess is the guide. The high priestess shows you where the food is and how to survive. And this is a divine messenger. You like, want to assassinate a divine messenger? This is like the top of the food chain. It's considered sacred. They don't realize how much pain and suffering they have inflicted, and how that has, every action has a cause and effect, and they're not aware of the cause and effect, the long-term ramifications of the pain and suffering that they have caused. For greed. My, this was their soulmate. They may have won the fight, but they did not win the battle. The battle has just begun. It took a pack. This is a shaman. Oh my good God. It's actually a shaman. Somebody's in big trouble. That's all I know. Someone tried to take out a shaman. Oh my. And think that that's not going to be mirrored back, you know, causing a shaman. Like, shaman have already experienced much pain. Shaman energies, that's why they're shaman. They've experienced much pain. They've experienced much suffering. They have evolved. That's why they've gone through all these tribulations and all these painful things. And then somebody wants to come along and like slay the head kahuna here of the tarot, of the shamans. I mean, what are you doing? Somebody did, and they have to atone for it. You reap what you have sown. So if someone is doing that and they know that they have done that, they had better atone for it. Because it's like someone tried to sacrifice an oracle, a guide. These are the ones that are the healers. These are the ones that can tell you where the food sources are and guide people to safety and guide the people so that they survive. And someone tries to deliberately do them dirty or slay them, sacrifice them. They shot themselves in the foot's what they did. Take care.